7 o'clock, straight up. I'd never heard of him before receiving the invitation, but I understand he's royalty.
That's King line of royalty.
Yes, that's right. Something A-L-D. Read the invitation, dearest. He's the baron of some such. Isn't that right, me, my dear?
If he's who I believe him to be, I quite intend to learn why he's here in London while my husband is in Carpathia. And Lucy, it's Count. Count D-R-A.
Do you know I had the strangest dream last night? Something about something trying to kiss me or bite me right in the neck. Jack, whatever did you mean when we were getting ready at Mina's and you should be ready to leave early? What on earth is going to happen?
As I said, my sweet, just be aware and prepared. Mina, you'll come with us in the event we have to leave early.
Of course, Jack. I trust your judgment.
Ladies, may I present my friend and mentor from my college days, Professor Abraham Van Doren, Professor, my bride-to-be, Lucinda West, my friend, Mrs. Jameson Harper. The ladies were chums at finishing school.
Professor Van Doren, what do you make of all this? The victims of the fiendish ghost slave seem to be making themselves scarce. Yes.
But all is being because of some sort of supernatural creature. Bodies getting up walking around. I mean, really. The work of a maniac, certainly. But a monster? Stopped in London? Have we all taken leave of our senses?
Outlandish, perhaps, but not altogether unwarranted. What have you there, Professor? Something for our host. A plant can be something of a rarity in his native Carpathia. Jack, you have yours? I ask that you be ready to produce it at the proper time. Please give the ladies theirs.
But in heaven's name, what for? Oh, this is very mysterious. You're not going to cause a scene over something, are you, Jack? This isn't like you, and the becoming of a doctor, I might add.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for attending this evening's reception, and welcome. May we present from the storied country of Carpathia, His Excellency and Lordship, the Count.
Thank you all so much and welcome. May I say that already have I fallen in love with this glorious England of yours and your fantastic city of London. I cannot wait to meet all of you personally, taste everything this new land of mine has to offer.
Dr. Jack Warden, Count. My fiancée, Lucinda West.
A pleasure to meet you both. Lucinda, my Latin start off, bringer of lights.
No, that's right. May I introduce my friend, Wilhelmina Harper?
Mrs. Jameson Harper.
The good Jameson's wife? Incredible! He spoke ceaselessly of you and of London. I trust he's been regaling you with his adventures in my homeland of Carpathia?
Your husband, Your Excellency, my husband has yet to return from your country.
I do not understand this at all. He was most eager for me to come back. I left him shortly before discussing his own transfer back, within a day of my own departure. He may yet be on his way, merely delayed. Send a message to my representative in Budapest. If Mr. Harper is there, arrange for him to be brought back at once, on my expense.
As is your code. I mean, of course, Your Excellency.
I appreciate your effort and concern, Count. But could you tell me more of your interaction with my husband? He wrote to me saying he seemed concerned about your manner.
Mrs. Harper, if I may, the Count's ways are old, as are the ways of royalty, and would seem strange even to a person anticipating as much.
Your Excellency, may I introduce Professor Abraham Van Doren. My friends and I were just discussing with the professor a recent strange occurrence in London. Victims of the ghost lady walking around.
Or sometimes even flying around.
For the Count's benefit, I believe the term is Nosferatu, which in your native Carpathia, Count, if I am not mistaken, translates to undead.
Dr. Warden, you are in fact mistaken. The literal translation of Nosferatu is actually not dead. Professor Van Doren, your name and bearing seem familiar to me. I trust have we had prior to this meeting?
It is entirely possible, Your Excellency. Count, perhaps you will indulge me. Your invitation mentioned that roses of any type trigger an inherited genetic allergy, and you and members of your family.
I can assure you, both my sisters and I, such as happened to other members of our family.
I'm sure, and so you would be aware of your proximity to such hazardous plants.
As I was certainly plain on this evening's invitations.
A sensible precaution. Other botanicals pose no danger to you?
Some, not in common places the flower discussed.
His Excellency the Count has indeed a wide-ranged interest in all sciences, particularly in the field of botany.
I see. Relying on your vast store of botanical knowledge, perhaps you could tell me the name of this plant?
Convallaria majalis, the lily of the valley.
And this one?
Helitropium arborescens. You seek to humor me, Professor. Unnecessary. I do ask that you make me identify something more challenging.
Very well. Could you, do you think, recognize, if such were present, the showy perennial Aconum unconatum?
Not familiar to them, I'm afraid.
A member of the buttercup family? More commonly called wolfbane.
Very, very, very clever, Professor. I hope your friends appreciate your bountiful knowledge. And you, Mrs. Harper, when you travel to Carpathia, and you do, of course, have my permission to enter my castle, I do hope you find your husband well. And to you, Miss West, the same invitation. May your travels be swift and safe. You seek to humor me, you with your pale faces all in a row like sheep in a butcher shop. You cannot defeat me. Not I who commanded armies. Not I who brought nations to dust.
Do forgive us, everyone, but my good friends and I must be going. Should the Count return, please extend our regrets for leaving early.
There's more, dear. You remember me telling you of a certain patient of mine?
The fellow from Turn on the Aware, his mind gone?
He was found dead on the asylum grounds 2 nights ago.
Oh my, Jack, you never told us his name.
Ripley.
Mina, how did you know that?
He worked in Jameson's office, the country returns road. Carpathia is where Jameson is at this moment. Oh, Jameson.
Mrs. Harper, I'm afraid that as we speak, your husband is likely in a great deal of danger.
As I believe he tried to get across to me in code in his letters. But in order to help him, I'll need to be made aware of more than just the frightening display we saw tonight.
Very well, Mrs. Harper. Miss West, your neighbor the Count is not human, but a creature out of folklore called Verdula, or vampire, a monster that survives by drinking blood.
So all the slayings on board the ship the Aware, except your Ripley?
And directly after, all those slayings connected with the sightings of our ghost lady all about London. Then those same victims gone from their burial places. Not grave robbing ladies, they rise from the graves to disappear into the city as monsters themselves, to create still more monsters.
Oh my god.
Why didn't you just tell us?
Had more been revealed beforehand, Lucy? Would you have believed us? No, you thought of us gone mad. A contagion, perhaps, from working so closely with the mentally unsound.
But how does it make sense? Why would he go through the bother of purchasing property here in London and announcing his arrival?
Yes, with that kind of supernatural power, couldn't he just swoop down upon the city and feed as he likes?
Understand protocol. Although a monster, he began his human existence as royalty, and thus is bound by its rules.
That's why Ripley was not killed, at least not until now. The Count needed a legal courier to bring his gold.
But why now? Why at this exact point in time?
In the region where he resides, people are wary. The availability of blood becomes scarce. They're onto him.
Exactly. And so he sees this as an opportunity to rebuild and expand his once massive empire by inhibiting a new home, this time to encompass the globe.
And that's the result. Every victim he claims becomes not only a monster to rise and claim more victims, they become extensions of himself. If he creates 1,000, there is still all just one, him.
Except for the 3 slain tonight, they were created some other way, else the mere appearance of Wolfbane would not have destroyed them.
Perhaps they're appeared by the Ghost Lady long ago. I mean, following your logic, every victim of the Ghost Lady seen walking around and seeking victims is an extension of her.
I think you are quite right on both accounts, Miss West. She was not there tonight to be destroyed. She may prove difficult to find.
Then it's clear to me now what I must do. Travel to Carpathia and save my husband on the chance that he is still alive. I will find this monster stronghold, and if I have to, start dismantling it stone by stone.
And I will go with you.
Lucy!
I cannot you to such a dangerous thing alone. We'll start an inventory now for things we need, and book a passageway on the channel in the morning. Once we arrive in Belgium, we'll check the railway schedule to Carpathia and hire a coach there.
My darling, I can't just let you go like that. I must come with you.
Jack, my friend, I will require your assistance here in London. We must seek out Count and any others like him and destroy them during daylight hours. Tomorrow at dawn, while these valiant young ladies cross the channel, you and I will meet at your sanitarium. From there, we go with sharpened stakes of poplar to perform the wise work of destroying pure evil. Agreed?
Agreed.
Though it may cost our very lives.
I told my young friend Jack to meet me at a sanitarium for just that reason. He is young and engaged to a beautiful young woman. I could not allow him to take the same chance as an old man like myself. Once he has figured out my moves, a delay of perhaps an hour, I will have to accomplish this dangerous work, and he will not have risked his life.
Here now. What's all this then? What is it you think you're doing?
Oh, good morning, officer. I would like to view historic Carfax Abbey, if that's all right.
Sorry, sir. It's the scene of a crime. Someone died from last night it was.
Oh, I see. Say, is that a full moon? Good morning, Count. As I know the sunlight cannot kill you, I also know you are powerless in it. Welcome to London!
shadows of the night, falling silently. Echo of the past, calling you to me. Haunting memory, veiled in misty glow. Phantom melody, playing soft and low. In this world that we know now, life is here and gone.
Mina, wait for me! Mina, why aren't you waiting for me? Mina, are you in here? Mina, is that you? Dying of thirst? Have you found Jameson? Hide and seek. Mina, is that you?
The first one to come has never been found. Somebody has to stop her. The ghost lady. No! They'll keep slaying us until there are monsters everywhere. Stop her. Stop them. No!